And welcome back to AM 1410 WRMN here in Elgin, Illinois. It's Wednesday. Can you believe it? You wouldn't believe it by stepping outside in the nice weather that we're having outside. But it is Wednesday, the 2nd of November, 2011. And guys out there, girls out there listening, you want to lose weight fast? Get rich quick, look young forever? You've got the right place on your radio dial, AM 1410. It's the Laura Dion-Jones Show. And here we're live in the studio here in downtown Elgin. Laura, how you doing today?
I'm amazing.
Amazing. That's
Isn't that good? You might want to put that adjective hat over here where I can reach the little pieces of paper.
You don't need that silly purple hat anymore.
No, I don't. I've been studying my thesaurus.
That's good. That's
as you could tell.
And happy to see that you survived Halloween.
I did, and gee whiz, you're getting me out of order here because I want to tell you about Halloween. How did you guys have a good time?
We had a fantastic time
here in beautiful downtown Elgin.
Well, you know about the nightmare on Chicago Street that we had on Saturday.
Quickly tell us.
We all survived. I don't think there was too many incidents out there. Maybe an outdoor vending with beer ran out of beer and it might have caused a small riot. But that might have been caused by hungry zombies itself. So I'm not sure if that was a big part of the night or not. But Aura was there. They were a good band. And the Led Zeppelin tribute band was there as well. They were Kashmir. They did a good job. Son of Svengoolie was there. And Vincent Price's
daughter, Victoria.
Yeah.
She's delightful.
Jeff, you look awful skinny.
Oh, well, I'm...
Losing weight?
I'm constantly... I've walked across the equator 22 and a half
you
times.
Too! You too, eh? Or did you just walk across it?
I can't find it on the map, or I would.
Okay. We're going to have to get you one of those... what are the maps from when we were little?
Rand McNally.
Rand McNally, that's it. That's it. For Christmas, I'm getting you a globe.
Okay, that's perfect. That's, nice. My favorite gift. That's
Didn't we love getting globes?
Oh yeah, you'd spin those globes.
That was a great.
Oh, it's tremendous.
Yep, absolutely.
Then they changed all the countries' names. My globe's out of date.
I kept writing on them with magic marker. Every time they changed them, I'd redraw the countries.
That's so true.
Well, do you want to know what I did Saturday night?
I thought that's how we started this conversation.
Well, I didn't make it down here to Elgin. Actually, because you didn't invite me, but someone else invited me somewhere, and I went to my second haunted house ever in as many weeks.
I heard about that.
Statesville Prison.
Oh, my goodness, really?
Joliet?
It was an even bigger blast than the first haunted house, which was at Rosemont, which was wonderful.
That's what I heard about.
At Statesville Prison Haunted House, go next year. That's all I can tell you. It was absolutely spooktacular, and it was like being at Riverview in Aladdin's Castle. Do you remember a Riverview or anything? It's before your time.
67 it closed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they used to drag us when we were little, and we loved it.
I'm not that young,
pre-Great America, and it was just killer.
I remember Old Chicago. Was it anything like Old Chicago?
Nah, Old Chicago was like Kitty.
I went there in summer of 77 in Old Chicago. The rides were great indoors, weren't they?
Yeah, there's still nothing there on that empty plot of land?
Yes, nothing there. They made one of the Damien movies there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Damien Omen?
Yeah, one of the 1, 2, and 3 that was right there in Old Chicago.
1, 2, 3 in Bolingbrook,
because the kids loved the rides. It was exciting.
Oh, I'd never find myself on a Halloween in a Stateville Penitentiary, ever.
You know something? This was absolutely incredible. What a production.
Yeah.
I can't even, I don't want to scare people off because we did wait in line of 2.5 hours.
Okay. But it was worth it?
They had, yes, it was worth it, and they had roving zombies.
Oh, no.
Speaking of zombies. So it was, and they always seemed to pick on the little terrified African American or Hispanic girls. For some reason, they were more terrified of the zombies than anybody else. But they'd get up in your face. It was good.
Okay.
It was real good. And what I liked the best, they had 2 revolving barrels that you had to walk through. Now, remember in Aladdin's Castle, the revolving barrel?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, they had 2 of them, and they were like black light, but all kinds of sparkles, so that when you got in there, it was an optical illusion. You were disoriented, and you were like hanging on to the railings for dear life. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was muy cool. So I understand that they add to that thing every single year.
Okay.
But anyway, the big Powerball is tonight. Did you get your tickets?
254 million, give or take, a couple.
Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
145.
Right.
What would you do if you won?
Host this show for my lifetime.
There you go.
Well, that'd be good because you know what I would do?
What?
I would buy this place.
Hey!
You buy this place?
Yeah.
Could I still work for you?
Yeah, you'd be chief, just like you are now, GM.
Oh, chief or cheap? I didn't hear that.
No, I would buy this place, and You know what we would do? We would rock. Not
Be
that
Laura
it don't rock
Dion-Jones
here as it is.
24/7.
But I would love to buy
Laura
that.
Dion-Jones show 24/7.
No, it would be the Jeff Myers show, and it would be the Mikey show, and
The Mikey show.
Mikey, and anyway, and also I would buy a big parcel of land and I want to develop it into a rescue sanctuary for unwanted and abandoned dogs and cats.
Okay. That's good.
That's what I would do.
That's what you do for sure. That's
yes.
good.
Absolutely, and I would help all my friends who are in financial trouble because I have a few friends who are in some severe financial trouble right now.
I could afford to do that. Seriously, there's a lot of people in financial trouble these days.
But I got a lot of people close to me that are in muy financial troublito.
Okay. Well, there goes your winnings.
How do you say trouble in Spanish?
Problemas.
Problemas. Mucho grande problemas.
Yes.
Anyway, did you see the Ruth Madoff interview on 60 Minutes?
Yeah, and I saw the wife of the brother who committed suicide was on Anderson today.
Oh, was she?
Very, very interesting stuff. Yeah.
You know something? I wonder if Bernie Madoff would have had a terrific investment business even without the resorting to the Ponzi scheme. And here's what I want to know. What pushed him over the edge? What made him think he could get away with it? So far, nobody's answered that question.
Well, when the world was glory, you just keep moving the money around.
But then he knew he was in trouble.
Sporting teams, we just move money around.
Yeah, but when he knew he was in trouble.
Well, then you know that moment you got to crazy. Well,
this is like John Gotti.
He admitted in 2008, so the economy went real bad.
You think the economy went because of him? You think he had a big deal to do with it?
No. I mean, he had the right people investing in him, but he didn't cause the whole crash of the nation.
That's true.
Laura, you always start out small. You start out small, you see what you get away with. You don't wake up one day and rob a bank, right? You go to the 7-Eleven and take a piece of gum first.
Is that how you do it?
And then you get
Listen to this.
You get away with a piece of gum. Maybe next time you go and take a whole pack.
Hostess cupcakes.
And then, start
Dominic's,
small.
you steal a steak.
Next thing you know, you're robbing the 7-Eleven at gunpoint for $500, and then you know you're in trouble. But then you're too addicted and too used to doing it to give it up.
Oh.
That's his radio life.
Right?
In
Okay.
a nutshell, same thing.
All right.
Makes sense.
All right.
Makes sense, right?
And you know something? Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of it that way.
your way
I'm
of
just
life.
waiting for the big answer. I thought Piers Morgan or what's his name, Anderson, was going to get to the rock bottom heart of it and say, okay, how come?
Yeah,
How come?
Sometimes those deep thinkers, they think too much, and it's right there on the surface, and you say, well, there it is. I can see it with my eyes.
And I believe she didn't know. I truly believe she didn't know.
Because he probably could do his whole, although she was like a bookkeeper.
The Sons didn't know.
Well, you get so busy with your business. I mean,
I
there's
think
a lot of things you don't know.
I think he protected the Sons. Bless him, but I think he just protected the Sons, not getting enough credit for that. I think he protected his Sons.
You don't think he protected her, too? I do.
I think she might have been not as every day. I think the Sons were closer to it, and bless him, he kept him out of prison.
Well, bless him. Now he's
One
doing the
committed suicide,
time.
but there was a lot of pressure.
Well, and you got to tell somebody. You got to tell somebody that you get this feather in your cap. You got to tell somebody about it.
Yeah.
This is the one who's lost.
Okay.
Let me see. Here's what was going on. We have a terrific show for you today, but let's talk a little bit about that northeaster that my friends Paul and Deb in Boston are blaming on me because I had mentioned snow coming in my motivational email last week.
Yeah.
My motivational blog
So
article.
The Eastern
and so
Seaboard was your fault?
that's what they're blaming it on me,
Fair
my
enough.
friends. And here, Mikey just stepped out. Darn it! I wanted to ask him what he thinks about Kim Kardashian divorcing after only 72 days of wedded bliss.
They have got on the Facebook. They've got everybody charting how long they've been married, and they make it in Kardashian years. So you might be 72 days is a Kardashian time unit. So some have been married 15.65, 22. Very clever, very cute.
You think?
Well, he was a. I'm going to be. Is the YouTube camera on?
Yeah. Don't swear.
To the live radio audience, the husband was a just above marginal NBA player. I could never see him together anyway. She's got to have first class, best of everything. She needs at least a Laker. So she's marrying
maybe
this
he
New
had
Jersey Net
some
owned
other
by-
attributes that you are not
Perhaps, but
kind
it's not
of like looking at, if you get my drift here.
Whatever-
You're looking at his basketball prowess, and as a girl, I mean, I think Kimmy was looking at some other kind of prowess, if you ask me.
For those kids?
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll throw that concept out. No, he was a net, for heaven's sakes, just a marginal player. And I don't know, they got a lot of money out of it. I mean, it'll still run on their show this year, won't it? He'll be a part of the upcoming show.
Yeah, be a part of everything.
And they may get back. He seemed like he wanted to get back together, so it might just be a good, they are a fickle moment or two with the Kardashians.
Yeah, but he said
Sometimes
something
they
to
change
her
their
on
hairstyle
TV. He
overnight.
said, who cares about you anyway? Something to that effect. He made some kind of snarky comment to her, like,
Really?
what are you worried about? Nobody cares about you anyway. Something to that effect.
Chris Humphries did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well,
Oh, yeah.
He's done.
Oh, yeah, without question. I
She's
knew it was coming, and the next day, bada bing, there they are, getting a divorce. She filed.
Oh, she might be a bit too sensitive. But that's
But
all
she
right.
did say she is a little bit too sensitive.
Wow,
She says I married for love, though, and my remark is, didn't we all?
yeah.
So,
But it had to be an NBA performer at least.
So, well, we better change the
That's all
subject
right.
because no good. I could tell no good is going to come from this
Yeah.
conversation because you're looking at basketball and I'm looking at something else here. I'm looking at how Kim looked at it.
I know what you're saying.
So let's switch gears here a second. We've got another terrific show for you today. We're having a sort of women's health show, but the second half is about health for everyone, boys, girls, men, women, even you, Jeff.
All right.
And our special guests today are Naomi Martell. She's from the Chicago Women's Health Foundation, and it's a small Chicago-based nonprofit organization whose mission is to improve the pelvic health and wellness of women and girls. And let me tell you a little bit quickly about that. Women's Health Foundation is dedicated to educating and empowering women around their pelvic health and wellness. WHF, which is Women's Health Foundation, strives to create pelvic floor champions, a term that describes a person who strives to educate and raise awareness in women about what they can do to improve their pelvic health. Something, you know what, believe it or not, you guys are probably out there rolling your eyeballs, but it's something that all of us girls could use, regardless of our age,
Sure.
weight, demographic, what am I trying to say?
Status, yeah.
The status.
Exactly. Anything. There's a lot of us that need this kind of help. And then joining us in our second half, which we may boost her up to first half because Naomi's lost, is none other than my friend Elisa Lara, and she joins us from the local Visiting Nurse Association to tell us all about what wonderful services the VNA offers and who can take advantage of their health programs and help. Both men and women listen up, and both gals are very fluent in Spanish and would welcome any questions. And if you're ever not able to listen to our whole show, you can always find it posted on YouTube within a few days after the
Hey,
broadcast.
he's quick. Your current man is wonderful.
Isn't he wonderful?
And I like that slide he has underneath the opening. It's very nice.
He's
Very well done.
Yes, thank you. One of the reasons that I really wanted to have Alyssa on from Visiting Nurse Association is because everyone I mentioned it to was under the impression that they were just nurses who visit seniors. Even George was, and it's not. They have, when she tells you the programs and everything that they have available to people to help with OBGYN and birthing and all kinds of stuff. So, please stay tuned for this one because it's going to be really good and informative, especially in this economy. And in the studio with us today are Mike Hunziker. He's a great guy pal and loyal sidekick and trusty board man.
Tell you two, he's on the phone right now.
He's giving directions to our guest
That's cute.
who's lost. And Jeff Myers, my incredible co-host, and of course what would our show be without our very favorite YouTube camera girl, none other than Valerie the Swan. So stick around, kids. We've got a whole lot of interesting talking lined up for you today. You are listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show on WRMN 1410 AM, and meanwhile, back at the WRMN Ranch, today's show is brought to you again by
Dr. Claire Elias. You know, she's at 2001 Larkin Avenue right there, and she's been there for 23 years now. You know the legendary status that Dr. Claire has in all of the Elgin land, if you will, land of Elgin. So we're very appreciative of that. She is right there. She's your chiropractic person. If you're thinking about that, she's the person to go to. 888-9988 with an 847 area code. We swing the YouTube camera to stage left, if you will, pan left, right there. Perfect posture. Exhibit A, officer. Perry Mason would be proud of that.
Proud of my posture?
Yes. The case would be won. And Dr. Claire Elias, a factor in that, so congratulations to both. Hey, the Ecker Center for Mental Health, the Festival of Trees.
Yeah.
Did you go to the opening last
did.
night? Did you, YouTube camera person? Okay. You didn't?
No.
I didn't either, but I know it's a great event. It was at the library. All the trees are at the library right now until the 11th. And the Festival of Trees is a fundraiser for the Ecker Center. You know those kids
Yes,
real well.
we do.
They're well known. And all the trees you can see, the event on the 12th, you can go to. $75 is the ticket. Call Lori Bitter. Lori's at 847-888-2555. Lori is. You know Lori because she's well known in town. Rotary.
She's adorable.
Oh, yes, she is.
She's a hard worker.
She is involved.
promoter.
Yeah, she's tremendous. She's involved with this great. And also there's a website, Fest of Trees, Elgin.org. But it's a great event, and it's a wonderful fundraiser, and you get to see the trees. Make sure you drop by, Diva, the library before.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
Because that's a great event.
I went last year also.
Go to the event, yeah.
How long are the trees on display at the Gail Gordon Library?
They swing them over there in almost newsy form on the 11th, the day of the 11th. They get the cameras out, and they get the characters out, don't they? You were there last your YouTube camera. Yes, you were. She can't sit there. She said yes. But they moved them over to the center of Belgium, but they're moved over that day before in very good form. You probably have seen that over the years. Great stuff, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Festival of Trees.
This cute little voice that you keep hearing, because I haven't introduced her yet, is Elisa Lara, so we're going to get on to introducing her in a second. And I know George hates when I have people talk on mic and not introduce them. So say hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
So now you recognize Elisa's voice. Okay, and we'd also like to thank snobhounds.com, a canine clothing company. Think Nike meets Donna Karan, but for canines. Snobhounds is true environmental protection wear for your pooch. And we'd also like to thank Casey Tool, an automotive specialty tool company, available through your Snap-on mobile tool distributor. And a very special thank you to Casey for always making this show and all of our shows possible. And you know what? Mikey's not in here. I mean,
given good directions, I would just make her the leadoff person.
Here's what I wanted to say. Today is show 103.
Oh.
Next week is show 104.
Oh.
And the following week.
I see a pattern.
And the following week is
105.
And that's the anniversary show. 2 years.
Wow.
Correctamundo. Yes.
Congrats, felicidades.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
105 weeks. 105 week 2-year calendar. Yeah, there you go.
Well, when would you have the?
You're correct with the.
It's the Friday after next week.
Yeah, the key would be that same Friday calendar.
What's next week's date? Next Wednesday?
It must be the 9th.
9th?
Yeah, 9th.
It's next Friday's the 11th.
Okay.
That's the anniversary.
You open on Veterans Day?
It must have been. That's what George said. And I looked back at my notes.
Wow, that's congratulations.
Yeah. 2 years.
George, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, okay. So it's time for the motivational minute. Boy, am I sorry I gave him my cell phone.
That's all right. No, he's doing fine. He'll have an exciting story to embellish as well.
Well, let's have our quote of the week. You ready?
Sure, let's go.
This is a tough one. Obstacles can't stop you. Problems can't stop you. Most of all, other people can't stop you. Only you can stop you.
You're the visiting nurse, so you should.
She's looking at my notes, too.
Only you can stop you. We should know that.
And it's not.
Is it current? Have we seen that anywhere in Greece? Is it?
Well, it's Jeffrey Gitomer, Gitomer. He's an American author and a sales trainer. Did you lose my cell phone?
No, it's being worked on still.
Oh, it's being worked on still.
Is she
you
actually
missed some
in Elgin?
Good dialogue here.
She's probably in Mount Prospect. Right over
She
Prospect.
kept saying I'm in Prospect, and I
not.
thought, if she's in Mount Prospect, I'm out of the loop here.
I feel bad for her.
I do too, because she's got such good information. Can we still hold her interview and do her question and answer, even if she doesn't get here?
We'll do whatever we can. I have a feeling she's going to make it here.
I do too, because she is determined.
Why don't you just have her pull over and do it on the phone? We've been good on this phone lately.
Well, she's a little flustered right now.
Okay. Well, those are the best interviews. You know that.
Yes.
Work for the Kardashians that way. All right.
So look who's coming up the stairs. These beautiful girls here. One girl,
They were
both
all
of them are
zombies.
in my will.
You should have saw them on
They were
Saturday.
zombies?
They were zombies.
They're
They
in
were
my
not-
will. I'll tell you that right now. Both of them.
They were
Yeah,
beautiful
they-
zombies. Yes,
they
they were
were.
beautiful zombies.
Next year I'm coming. Hey.
And still
Okay,
living
so-
off the rosy hue.
So here we go. We're talking about obstacles,
Yeah.
Mikey.
Okay,
You
thank
missed
you.
it. Okay. Obstacles can't stop you. Problems can't stop you. Most of all, other people can't stop you. Only you can stop you.
I like how you point me out.
Years ago, a good friend of mine was in big trouble. She couldn't seem to stop eating. Every time I saw her, which wasn't very often because she lived in another city, she appeared to be packing on more weight. If you're anything like my friend, you need to begin walking, and I mean serious daily walking, even if it's just around the health club, the horse farm,
That's right.
The beach or the block at first. Even if it's only 20 minutes a day for the first week or two, it's all a matter of developing the daily habit. You got to start somewhere, Mike. I see you got your shoes on, so that is a start.
I walked to get those cheese balls. Just so you know, I walked all the way to the store and grabbed my bag of cheese balls, and I came back. I walked the entire time.
And whilst you were eating, you marched in place.
No.
Fess up.
No.
Quick, give us a quick what you're doing here.
Well, yeah, I get the munchies last night, and I was hungry, so I went to the store to get a cheese stick. And as I'm in line to pay for my cheese stick, I see a bag of Vintner's cheese balls.
Oh man, Chicago-based.
How am I supposed to pass up a
less
nice
carbs if they're Chicago-based?
Well,
I'm sure.
I looked at the carb count, and they were phenomenally out of
Like?
this world. A lot of them.
75 per bag.
It wasn't like 19 carbs per serving, like 5 servings per bag. So we're talking.
Do the math, Jeff.
Oh, it's outlandish. 95% of whatever you need.
95 grams of carbs in there. And I did walk to get them, and I walked back to my house.
You cannot exercise away a bad diet. Go ahead.
And I got a cheese stick to go with it.
Oh, well.
Washed it down with some protein.
Cheese sticks, all right, yeah.
But as I'm not paying attention to what I'm eating because I'm busy playing my new video game, as I reached into the bag and found the last 2 cheese balls, it dawned on me that I ate all 95 grams of carbohydrates in one sitting. And I thought about you, and I almost cried. You're laughing now, but I felt really guilty and really bad. And I thought there's nothing I could do
not
to
guilty
take it back.
and not bad enough. Here's what you could do to take it back. You could never do that again.
Please point at me with a different finger.
Oh, yeah, but my pen was in this hand.
I know what you're telling me, but you got
This
to
is
know
radio.
what I see.
The audience never would have known that if you hadn't have brought it
That's
up.
why I had to point it out.
Okay.
Get it? Point it out. Get it?
Point it, yes. Okay, listen. I want to take the liberty to read something to you. I do that weekly blog on elgin.bocajump.com, motivational article. And they do not have the capabilities at Boca Jump yet to do leave comments, which then everybody was emailing me personally,
Sure.
privately, and so finally I said something, and at the bottom of each article I say, please email paul@bocajump.com with your comments.
Enabled.
So he sends them to me, and I have to read you this one. There's several, but I want to read this one in particular. It says, this is from October 25th. It says, Dear Laura, my mind has been preoccupied this summer with festivities surrounding my daughter Jessica's wedding. The wedding day is this Saturday, which was this past Saturday, and I feel pretty good about how I will look. I wanted to take time to say thank you. I didn't feel like I had properly said thanks and see you later this past Wednesday at our last class. I've enjoyed spending Wednesdays with you, and I've learned about a better way to eat that is good for me. I've always known that the secret to weight loss was move more and eat less. However, although I knew I should avoid foods that are desserts, I had no idea what carbs really were and how much of them could hide in the foods and beverages that I consume. I've always thought there should be an easier, healthier, no pills or potions way to weight loss, and you've taught me that. You told us, see, when I give I'm going to segue here 1 second, or not segue, but what do I want to say? Deviate? You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I give my first seminar, I always tell people, this is what worked for me. I am not an MD, I'm not an RD, I'm not a PhD, I'm a no D. I'm a certified wellness coach, but this is what worked for me after 50 years of being chronically obese. So back to Gloria's letter, and she said, originally you told us you are not an MD or an RD. You said you are a no D. Laura, there is no D in success.
Nice.
Thank you for teaching, sharing, and living what you know. You've helped more people than you can even imagine. Gloria Kellenberger.
Wonderful.
There is no D in success.
That's absolutely
I
true.
was in tears when I read that last night.
Great for you.
Isn't that nice?
Kellenberger's a legendary name in town, too.
Sure is.
Kellenberger?
Oh, gosh.
She's adorable.
Yeah.
I have some fabulous, fabulous people that I've met with that Elgin's Biggest Loser and the Commit to Get Fit program. And we're going to be starting it up now shortly, next week maybe at Epworth, just periodically from now till the end of the year to keep everybody on.
With United Methodist Church right there on Randall Road?
Yes. I'm going to,
nice.
as soon as I get
Nice
the okay,
location.
I'll let you guys know next week. It's a very good location, convenient for everyone, non-denominational. You don't have to be Methodist to go there.
Nice parking.
Everything. You can't go wrong. And that's where we're going to hold it. Pardon?
They do a lot of great events out there.
They
unbelievable.
do Faye's Barbecue right across
They sure do.
Yeah, well, you would. No, he always has the diet phase.
I walked there.
He'll walk there too. I'm going to use that excuse. I wonder if it holds water. Anyway,
you could row
it's
there, speaking of water.
oh yeah, I could.
Yeah.
You know what? We ought to invent a rowing machine for the street.
Hey.
Street rowing.
Now you're talking.
Come on.
Olympic
Claire
events.
Leos would get on board with
gosh,
that.
yeah.
Let's
She'd
put
be
our
a leader.
thinking caps on.
Yeah.
Seriously. She could be a team leader.
Great.
Anyway, I would like to introduce a very, very special guest and also a very special friend of mine that I happened to have the good fortune to meet a year ago.
It was a year ago.
In the Elgin Leadership Academy. And this is Elisa Lara, and she joins us from the local Visiting Nurse Association to tell us all about what wonderful services the VNA offers and who can take advantage of their health programs and help. And you're going to be surprised at what they can have to offer people. Elisa is from Mexico City and came to live in Chicago when?
It's Chicago or Elgin?
Well, you came to Chicago first, and then you got into Elgin.
To Chicago, I was probably about 7 years old or so.
And when did you come to Elgin?
And when I came to Elgin, I was probably like 10.
Okay. So you grew up here?
Yes.
Kind of, sort of?
Yes.
Yeah. Give us a little bit more about your background.
In terms of what I studied? Or
anything.
Well, I actually decided to become a nurse. I thought I would never really do it because I was scared. I thought it was too complicated. And I ended up pursuing that career. I went to Northern Illinois, and I became a nurse with my bachelor's in science, and I worked at the hospitals around. I worked at Kishwaukee, the hospital there, and then transferred to St. Alexian Brothers. And while I was working there, one of the nurse practitioners I was talking to me, and she kept saying that she would love to use my bilingual skills because whenever we had patients, they would ask me to go translate for the student nurses. And she kept telling me, you need to come to the place where I work at. I work at a part-time place, and it's very beneficial for you because they're bilingual, and a lot of people don't speak English, and we would love to have somebody there. So when I decided to, she kept asking me, I finally decided to pursue. I went and I decided to take that job as a part-time because I was working at the hospital. And from there, lo and behold, they offered me a position to become a clinical coordinator, and that was Well Child at that time. And then from Well Child, VNA came in, and then we united, and Well Child became, the health service portion became VNA, Visiting Nurse Association. And at that time, they actually had a suite in the back. They were just doing women wellness. So it was just for pap smears, gynae checks.
Okay.
So it was from the bottom down. And then we united the children's services with the VNA public services. And from there, it started growing. We ended up implementing for the pediatrics, adult women, adult men, if they're sick. And now we have the services that are full from having psychiatrists. We're having pediatric doctors, OB doctors. We have the family health care. It's like a one-stop shop. You can bring the whole family and everybody could be seen for different things.
Well, there just went my next 5 questions.
Hey.
She just whacked them off all one bada bing here.
We're teaming up on you to take her right off your schedule.
Boom, bada, boom. Okay, we got 30 more minutes. Let me dig deep here. So you already told us what services you guys provide. The reason that I wanted to have you on is because so many people were under the misconception that the VNA, Visiting Nurse Association, just dealt with seniors and they just visited you at home. So, you know something? Before we get into any more, let's take our halftime break because it is halftime. Is it not?
It is.
I can't believe it's halftime
I
already.
know. It's already.
It's been fun.
You've just been spending most of the 30 minutes on the phone
Yeah,
trying to help our lost guest.
That's right.